I remember it starting up, and I can remember the circumstances in which it started, and it was a sort of it was a rather impressive display of dedication and enthusiasm for the film medium.
I can't quite remember how we funded the first one. I think we did have sponsors because Phil is, you know, he's an established businessman in town. He's very well connected with the business community. He was able to approach friends and colleagues in the business community who put in 50 quid here, 25 quid there. It was very, very modest to begin with. I think the budget for the first festival was something like 1,800 quid.
Well, it was actually somebody else's idea. When Chris had the idea of it, he approached the 3 local cinemas at the time, and then they collectively approached me on the basis that I was somebody who was involved in film in Bath and was not belonging to any particular faction, so I could be a kind of even-handed person. And we just carried on from there, really. It's just been, you know, year on year. Each year I do more and get more involved and get more passionate about it, and by the time I finish I'll probably do nothing else but the film festival.
There are so many different and interesting people that love the Bath Film Festival, come to it regularly, really want to support it and make it great. And now that it's had 21 years, it's almost as though it's been sort of incubating for all that time and is ready to kind of be born and bigger and better and more exciting.
I remember it starting up, and I can remember the circumstances in which it started, and it was a sort of it was a rather impressive display of dedication and enthusiasm for the film medium.
It's hard to plan as much as people probably think we do, because we are reliant on what films are available, obviously, what films haven't been shown by the Little Theatre, because we want to show films that haven't been shown before, what previews the distributors will let us have. So to some extent it's a matter of choosing what's available rather than saying what we want.
Well, we wanted to celebrate Ken Loach's 75th birthday this year because he's our founding patron. You know, his work has got a strong following in Bath, so we're looking at doing some quite special stuff with him. We also have a tradition for showing feature documentaries, so we've got a really strong documentary programme coming together. And it just so happens this year that we've got an enormous number of really good UK titles.
So the Bath Film Festival is historically funded by the public funding, private funding and ticket sales. So I worked out that overall the average seat at the Bath Film Festival costs £24 for us to put a show on and for somebody to sit in that seat. And we charge an average of £7 for a ticket. So all of the rest of that money is made up from public and private sponsorship or funding. And at the moment, public funding, as you know, is practically non-existent for the arts. So we're relying more and more on private sponsorship.
We have a lot of very ambitious ideas. We're very keen to develop young filmmakers, so we're setting up a Young Filmmakers Award next year in conjunction with IMDb and Bath Spa University. From 35mm, most things are now digital. People make films on their cameras, people make short films. So to some extent it's being flexible and moving with the times as things change, that you change too.
You don't have these I didn't have big dreams or ambitions for it, but I did hope that it would stick. And I think, you know, over the years we've seen a very loyal audience stay with us and come and see our films, and I hope they'll continue to do so. It's been great that they've been so supportive, and we see old friends every year as well as some new people.
What I really like about cinema is the escapist nature of it.
And the actual experience of sitting there watching a film I find fascinating.
I think being part of an audience is a really important part of film watching for me.
The other thing I really enjoy is talking about films, and that's what I think people really miss, is they want to talk about films after they've seen them, and there aren't enough opportunities. So for me, making it possible for people to have a discussion about a film they've seen is one of the most exciting things.